with this fuel up, it'll easily get us through Kingman and going north. Going north out of Kingman, there is a TA Express before you get into Nevada, however you want to say it. And fuel is cheaper there than anywhere else I can find, even along 40 here. So that will be where we fuel up. It's pre-tax price is down to about $4.20. And if I wait till I get up to Sparks at the TA or the Petro, I'm paying $4.81. The actual cost, I don't know, is $5.70. I don't know, $5.50. I can't remember, but the pre-tax is still up there at $4.81. So pre-tax difference of 60 cents. So definitely getting fuel down here or down south, as opposed to waiting to get up there and hoping that that'll get me to somewhere else where the fuel's gotten a little cheaper before I have to fill up again. A lot of profit can be lost in poor fuel purchase decisions, even when fuel's cheaper. Even when fuel is only $3 a gallon, average. If you find a pre-tax location that's $3.25 and another one is $3.05, 200 gallons, that's $40 on a fill-up. How many times are you going to do that during the course of a month? Not getting fuel at the right locations, whether it's $5 here, $15 there, $10 here, $40 there. Or if you're talking 60 cents difference, $120 difference. It adds up. It matters. Owning a truck is a game of pennies. Every penny counts. You lose a penny here, a little penny there, it all adds up. You decide to factor loads and you pay 1.5%, 2%, whatever you find, you're losing thousands a year. And people will try to tell you, yeah, but you got to chase money. You got to chase money around, and you got to make all these phone calls to collect your money and all of this. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've had to call on maybe 5 people in the last 5 years. I had to file on the bond. Never even got filed on the bond. I had OOIDA start the process of filing on the bond, where they got notified and had 2 weeks after they had sandbagged on paying me. All I did was send my bills, a copy. They took care of it from there, and a week later I had my check. Of the other 3 or 4 times, there's been a case where we've had a change of address since we moved. So the check got sent to the wrong place. And a couple other times where people were just running behind and kind of had to be reminded, hey, you need to pay. 30-second phone call. A minute, maybe. I've probably got a total of 15 minutes wrapped up in 5 years of all that time you spend chasing your money. So that's a false claim when you hear it. When you hear it, especially from a lot of these YouTubers, they usually have an agreement with some factoring company. And they're going to let you know, well, I use this one and I really trust this one. And they're telling you how good factoring is because when you sign up and use a referral, they make a little money off of you. Nothing wrong with that, but that's the reason they're telling you it's good. It's either that or they struggle with week-to-week money and they need that money right then. If you handle your business right, you don't need the money right then. You can wait 30 to 45 days and get the full amount instead of getting a quick pay and doing 2.5% on a quick pay that they may have a minimum of $25 or $50. I read the crap on a rate con sometimes. It's giving away money. You get out here to get your own authority, to call your own shots, to do things your own way, to make more money, to have a better business, when you could be paying 15 to 35% to a carrier being leased onto them, depending on how they operate things. But you already got to pay for your own insurance now, whereas a lot of carriers that you lease to are handling your cargo insurance. Now you want to factor, and you want to lose that percentage. And then it takes so long, according to some of these people, to find loads and book loads, that you pay 3, 4, 5, 6%. I've heard as high as 10% to a dispatcher. A dispatcher that doesn't have your best interest in mind, because they're not only dispatching your truck, they're dispatching countless trucks. It doesn't matter. They get a little bit of money off of each load. How are they going to have your best interest in mind? Negotiate. Learn to negotiate. Read a couple sales books. Learn how to get your own money. Book your own loads. By the time you factor, by the time you pay a dispatcher, let's pay somebody to do our IFTA, let's pay somebody to do our compliance for us, which is not that difficult. I can see it if you got multiple trucks, as in 10 or 15, but this stuff is not difficult. Put a little thought into it, a little bit of work, because by the time you pay all this stuff out, next thing you know, you're spending $40,000 to $60,000 a year, and you're spending ultimately more money than you would have been paying or giving back to a carrier that you were leased to. Just food for thought. If you're being dispatched by somebody and somebody else is staying on you about your compliance, in other words, you have a different safety person, basically, all the things that you got away from the carrier for, why did you put yourself right back in there? I don't understand it. I don't see the sense in it. Spend a little bit of time and handle this stuff yourself. Invoicing loads takes no difference in time than sending the paperwork to your factoring company or sending the paperwork to the carrier that was going to pay you anyway. You still got to scan and send the stuff in, or take a photo and send it in. It takes a minute more, 2 minutes more, maybe, to enter it on some very simple invoicing accounting software that costs next to nothing. And not only that, you need accounting software anyway to keep up with all your numbers, your expenses, so you know where your money's going and know where you can be saving and know what you got to do come tax time at the end of the year. You never know when you're going to look at making a purchase and you need your last 6 months numbers. You need a profit and loss statement, and you can say, give me 2 minutes, I'll have that over to you. Open up your computer, click a button, you send the bank your profit and loss statement, you send them a couple more things that they need, and they say, okay, go buy the truck, it's yours. Whereas if you just scrambled up with nothing and no idea what you're making, no idea what you're spending, you spend the next week trying to put all that together. The banker knows you're disorganized at that point, and there's a good chance you're not going to get as good of a rate. Keep all your ducks in a row, do your own work. You'll make more money and have more freedom. And with that said, I'm going to continue driving down the road. I'm done with that rant. We'll be back later, guys.